Now you're talking about dev shops. Do you think this is situation, COVID situation, is a good opportunity for dev shops in Uruguay to get more customers? I know many are having
Yeah,
their projects canceled, but in terms of, let's try to, use a bit more wisely our money, and
yeah.
go hire somewhere else.
Well, I think there's three strategies, right? Strategy one, if you're a dev shop, is go through your top client base and have an answer to what you will do if that customer tries to call and cancel the project or stop where they are or put things on hold till next year. Have an answer for that, and even maybe proactively reach out and say, hey, I'd like to do a quarterly business review early. Let's talk about where your project is. Let's talk about what can be done, and go in proactively to. And so if they're going to say, we want to cancel the project, maybe the project's $10,000 a month, they're going to cancel it or put it on hold for 6 months. Well, there's 60 grand, that you've lost, right? If that's the way you've been working with them. But if instead you say, hey, let's scale back and do maybe just the essentials so you don't lose any ground, and maybe you work for $5K a month, but you do that for the next 6 months, you just
Mm-hmm.
cut that in half. You showed great value to the customer, but you also showed them how you're willing to keep working on the essential piece, and that you're open to discussing that. I've seen that firsthand a couple of times in the last month, where having a proactive pitch on, here's how you can use the service at a discounted rate, not saying discount your rates, but the overall discount is, oh, this isn't going to cost me $10,000 a month, it's $5,000, and I'm still going to be able to keep momentum so that if something changes, everybody goes back to work in 2 months, hopefully, knock on wood, like if everybody goes back to work in 2 months, we're going to need you.
Yeah.
If everybody recovers from the initial shock and says, okay, life has changed, we're going to still need to keep moving on the things that are working, right? So I'd say that that's one piece, right? A second piece is, there will be new projects that spin up left and right. That recessions are great for new projects. One, you've got people at home who don't like their job. If they're at home and they're not happy, they're going to start coding something on the side. And if they see that you're going to dev shops as an opportunity to follow their structure and code twice as fast, they're still investing their time in that, right? So having a offer that is easier to access than a $20,000 minimum project, if there's a $5,000 project, or 20-30% of whatever your standard project is, there's a way for somebody who's just starting out to get some support to build their company, I think that they'll take that. Now, another challenge with where we're at right now in the economy is, Upwork and tools that connect you to remote developers and other contractors. I think it's going to be interesting to watch those markets, because I think you'll see that the rates come down.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to test that, just go put a project on and see people bid for it, and look in their local market, and perhaps you'll be surprised, because the contractor's rate might not have changed. It still says $50 an hour, but they're bidding on your project at $20 an hour. Track that delta with some of the projects you offer, and that will show you what's happening in the market, which is the market's being flooded with developer talent and people who want to do more contract work because they're either got laid off or they're worried about something. How can you use that to your advantage is the question, right? Going to a tool or marketplace to go find a handful of freelancers, that can be great if you know how to manage freelancers. Most of us don't know how to manage a freelancer, but you do, because you're running a dev shop. You understand, one, how the projects work, you understand project tracking, you understand the team, you understand how these other places work, because your team is very similar in capabilities. So come up with a managed service where you're going to do the management, and that's going to save me money, because I don't need to have a US-based project manager at $80,000 or $90,000 a year. I can have a Uruguayan-based project manager at $60,000 or $50,000 a year, manage the same team. And also, if you're managing it from inside a dev shop, you're going to know where you're going to go wrong before. So it's about building trust and confidence.